guys, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Right now, me and my Daddy,
Hey
say
guys.
hi. We are driving to a very important meeting. That's why I'm wearing a dress and a headband and this necklace. So how do you like my outfit, guys?
I like it. It's amazing.
Thank you, Daddy. I'm going to be performing with orchestra, the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto, the full piece, 30 minutes long. I'm super excited, and right now we are driving to a masterclass where I'm going to be playing my Mendelssohn Concerto for Chen. This is so exciting, and I'm kind of nervous because Chen is one of the best violinists in the world. He's such a great musician. The way he performs and feels the music through his heart, it's just amazing. So he has so much experience. He performed with so many orchestras, and I'm excited to get some knowledge. When I was 9 years old, me and my dad went to a master class where Chen was teaching
Actually, it was your mom. I've never been on his masterclass, but I've been in his concert a couple times, and it's amazing.
So, back to the masterclass. It was when I was 9 years old, and I got so inspired. I also made him a card that I gave him. He inspired me to practice more classical music. That's why I am right now, and I really enjoy classical music. It's so peaceful and so technical and difficult, and so there's so many varieties of it. It's so beautiful, and I really love it. Also, watching Chen's performance of the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto has taught me a lot of things, and it has more than 5 million views, so that's crazy. Way to go, Ray. Stick around to see my performance, what he says, and yeah, I can't wait to see him. We're also in traffic right now because this is the time of traffic when people are getting home from school, from work. Yeah, hopefully we'll get there on time because the time keeps delaying and delaying and delaying. Chen also recommended an app for me. It's called Tonic, and it is so fun to practice in because you can practice with your friends at any time. It's completely free, and you can track your progress, which makes it so much better. Please check it out, and maybe you'll see me there sometime. Chen booked the best hall in Colburn, which is Zipper Hall, so that's why I'm so excited to play in there. It's gonna be so cool.
We hope everything will be okay, and we'll post this masterclass soon.
Fix that. Okay. Because of the, do you feel that it is, so this is the next thing I'm gonna get you to be aware of. Harmonic tension, like the harmony. Do you feel like certain notes feel a bit sadder, a bit more emotional, a bit more like that F natural, right? Like, this feels like, just, like play it. You feel it? It feels nice. And then feel that one now. And then, yeah, this is a little high. So yeah, try again. But it feels like it's not enough, right? And then you need to gauge how much weight you need now. So you apply what we learned before to how much weight, how much emotion you need. The bitterness means that like there's some sort of emotion, like acid in that, right? A bit of like so it means that when you play the note, so I always think about the emotion first, and then I think about how can I make the note sound like that emotion. Okay, so like where your chest feels a little like painful, it's a little painful. So it's and you know when you like feel painful, like when you're about to cry, like it's not angry, right? It's not the same emotion as anger. It's a sadness, and sadness kind of like it's not hard, right? It's painful, but it's not like, so the difference is like it's not hard. I'm not angry, so maybe. And then you kind of give up there a little bit, right? So there's all these, you can hear it very clearly when I play it.
Yeah.
You try to get that emotion. So it's too direct, right? Now. Yes. Always the first question I ask myself. Like here. It's a little bit sad, right? But it's also a little bit passionate. Like,
Yeah, I feel like someone's like crying.
like crying, right? Then we're gonna try again, right? So, like, for example, it didn't work out. But we're gonna try again. Will this be it? No. Will this be it? We finally arrived. Bum, I state my case again. I told you this would work. Like, but you wouldn't listen, you know, kind of like that. So, how many times do I have to tell you? By now, I'm so, you know, you can feel how intense I am when I play. And you can feel the emotion.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, you got to do this step by step. You can't, like, just suddenly try to be so emotional without practicing it, because otherwise, it'll just turn into tension. There is tension when I'm playing, but I've practiced this tension in a way that's, like, built up, right? Like, so that I can control the tension that I do. And I can, like, emit it. So you can tell, like, even when I'm talking and when I'm playing, I'm in that emotion and my voice changes, and you can, it feels kind of like intense, right? Yeah. That's, and then now when I'm talking, I'm like, it's dying away. It's like, it's, the aura is like fading. It's like I'm becoming normal again, right? That's, so you can feel, but that's what you have to project. So we talked about projecting sound first, just like, how do you project that? Then we talked about rhythm. You actually also have to project that too. And then finally, you project emotion. Like, that's something you have to project. So a lot of this today we're talking about is projection. That's why we're working in this big hall here at Colburn. Like, so you can practice your projection, which is something that you're probably not used to. I wasn't used to as well before. Yeah. Then the easier emotions to project are usually like the louder ones, like crying, excitement, the strong ones. But then you also have to figure out how do you project like the soft ones as well. Like this is like very like cozy feeling. So like you can feel like I'm already like I'm already starting, as I start to play, I start to take up more space. So when you play, it's kind of like when you're busking, like you showed me, like you were taking up a lot of space. But instead of doing like obviously with classical music, you're not dancing, you're not moving, right? So instead, but how do you, like, you do it with your mind, actually. And you do it with like this, and you kind of, I always like to just think about the last person, the last row. So you play now, and then just think about the last person, like in the last row, like there. Play for that person. Yeah, try that. Don't only think about this. Play there.
Okay, from the beginning?
Yeah. Okay, Karolina, I want you to do me a favor. Just like look at that seat, just for like a few seconds, and then like as you're for like the first note or something. Yeah. Do you feel like there's a difference?
Yeah, I feel like I'm connecting more with that, like one person.
Actually, it's a difference for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're aiming for that, everyone else is usually getting it before that person. It's like you're encompassing the entire hall. Now, okay, we did it this way. Now think about when you're playing, think about the entire space as your instrument, right? It kind of looks like an instrument inside here. Yeah, this is your whole violin. And so now think about that and play. Take a look at the space. It is your space. Yeah. You just have to get used to, like, I guess. And knowing that there is a maximum to how loud your instrument's gonna play. There's a maximum to the volume, right? But somehow what carries that is, it's like your personality will carry that if you include everyone, right? So that's the way to do it, is with the mind. When you're looking out there, you're just like, and you're just playing, for example, you can still play soft. You know what? Here, stand on the edge of the stage, and then listen to this. Listen to me. Like here, I'm gonna play for myself now. Now I'm gonna play for outside. Do you hear a difference, right? When I play for myself, notice how it's less resonant. It's not less loud, but it's less resonant. It's drier. It's aimed at, it's not aimed towards you. Right? Now I'll play towards you. And I'll play towards the back. When I play towards the back, it's everyone.
Yeah.
It's surrounding. When I play towards you, it's directed at you. But when I play towards the back, it's just, it's everything. Yeah.
Like a whole conductor.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the rhythm, because I think that that's going to be really important. You gotta remember, like, orchestra is like 60, 70 people, right? And you've got the conductor, we met. How do you get everyone to follow you and follow him and then like understand? So that's your first audience, is actually the orchestra, the musicians in there. You have to play in a way that is clear. It's kind of like when I'm speaking to you, if I were to speak to you like this, I have to talk to you like this, right? Like this is normal. This doesn't feel like it's strange, right? Yeah, it feels like it's normal. But if we were just like, you know, in a smaller space and I was just talking, I'd be like talking to you like this, right? Like this is pretty normal, right? So you can notice that as soon as the space gets bigger, I have to talk a little clearer. And if I suddenly talk like whatever, you know, then I have to make sure that the connection's there, and then I talk, right?
Yes.
So think about that when you're playing. The same thing applies. When you're playing, if you suddenly take off in speeds that don't not like super clear, it's really hard for people to understand and then follow that. There are a few examples I'd like to show you. So, for example, when you play here, don't rush here. You kind of took off there a little bit. Yeah? Try from here. Right? Okay. That's better. And now we have to add the emotion in, right? So what do you like? It's kind of playful here, right?
Yeah, it's like kind of happy and.
Yeah, happy. But you don't feel happy when you're playing it. You're like kind of like really serious, and you're thinking about. That comes through. So emotions come through with the sound. The sound is like a message. Every note that you're playing, it's like packaged message that gets sent out there. It's like a constant stream of emotions that carry your emotions. So each note is a package that gets sent out. And then if you keep sending out empty packages, people just like stop opening them. They stop receiving, they stop, and then they get bored. So, but you always have the next package to try and win them back. Even not every note is going to be perfect, right? And so sometimes it's about like, yeah, how can we get like the next one like right? So so when I'm thinking about this, my face changes. I become like, I think about like what makes happiness. What is that emotion? It's like the glint in your eyes. It's like that little like the corners. It's that's what the feeling is. It's certainly not heaviness. It's not seriousness. It's like lightness and like kind of a little playful, a little mischievous.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like your brother. You think that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about him.
Have you been performing this Mendelssohn a lot?
Yeah, I've performed this. I learned this piece first when I was 10.
Wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't very good then. I had to relearn it many, many times. So. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah.
So I should think of the harmonies and the notes and like of the orchestra as well, and how
how this fits in.
affect-
Like, what
yeah,
are you doing?
affects
What are
the
you
orchestra.
reacting to?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
It's like
you're.
a conversation. It's not just.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
notes.
Otherwise, you're like missing half, like a lot of the part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try it. Da, ya, da, 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 da. But you hear how this is like, you're already like, why are you changing? What is going on here? Why is it getting like, intense?
Yeah.
Do you ever, why? Always ask yourself why. Like, why? And if you
Because
ever,
it repeats.
But this is the start.
That repeats, yeah.
But you kind of got intense already before, which was not, I
Yeah.
think, didn't make really.
I feel like
much sense.
because I knew what was coming, that's how I was really like.
Oh.
But people don't know.
People don't know, yes.
People are listening like.
You can't give away, yeah. 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 So you know what I mean? Like that's going to be very, very important to prepare. I need to listen to some of your second movement. So you can play some of that?
Sure.
Do you hear the difference? Do you hear the difference?
Yes.
Good. You hear that. So very important to know what message you are sending.
Yes.
Remember the packages we're sending?
It needs to be with the reason.
Yes. What is this? What is this? Always ask, what is the emotion before you play? Even if you think you already know. Because otherwise you're just going to play notes. You're just going to play a habit. And this might... No. You think, oh... You know, sometimes I think about like, oh, maybe this is a beautiful love letter. You know, it's like thinking about that. You know, it's like, how would you compose that? And then that's like that's the romantic kind of thing. It's if some people think about, oh, I want to be romantic with that, but then that's like, what does that mean? You know? So sometimes it's like, okay, always be very clear, and then it makes a difference. All right, continue. Okay, here, this phrase, you started with here. What's the answer, right? There's an kind of like, it's like, okay, you're stating something, everything's beautiful, peaceful, perfect. Everything's peaceful and perfect, like I said.
And it gets even better.
Yes. Then return. Right? So you need to make these things happen.
Someone's just singing, you know, like it feels like a song.
Yeah, so right? Yeah, you wouldn't say, yeah, everything's perfect, and then you say, everything's perfect. Again, that sounds very strange. That's like a robot, right? People will start being like, whoa, that's kind of strange. Didn't she just say that?
Yeah.
In the same way? Yeah, you don't want that. Yes. Okay, but now you're like, you went da ta. It's like a little bit too intense, no? Yeah. So even though you're here, you have to hold back and then slowly release. Because it's not even this note. It's not tia. It's ta di di here. Right? You have to ti di di all the way there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until the 5th note. So ya da 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 ya da da da. From there. And try not to go and don't separate that. Right? Okay. In this, it's super important that it's like, like a dance. Like, well, of course you know dance.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I dance.
Yeah, you dance. So what is it about a dance? Dance is all about like the step, right? It's like that's the pulse. Comes from your step. So when you step into it, that's what creates the pulse. If you imagine if you were to like just be like that, like all the time, walking on like eggshells, there would be no pulse, right? Yeah. You have to like step into it. Sometimes you jump and you make a leap, right? And you're telling me about how you like do your spin, right?
Yeah.
And then you do that. So anyway, stepping is like leaning into something, right? And for example here, right, we just step. So you have to, if you just don't and you go, there's no steps there. I even step there. And sometimes a step is just like a what do you call a pivot, right? Yeah. Yes. So not all steps are equal, but there's always a step into it. And if you don't step, then suddenly it sounds like this. And that's what you're currently doing in playing. So you want to make sure that you always step. Yeah. And some steps are lighter, some are strong, like. So when I was saying that's like stepping into somebody's zone, right? You're like, hey, what did I say? And then you're like ta da 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 ta da da ya ya da da ya da yum.
Sounds like a musical.
Yeah, it is a musical. Yes, exactly. Like that. Yeah. So like some steps are slower. Think about that. I think it's the pace of this step.
Equal.
Yeah, it's not like always like that. Yeah. Like that one's definitely a softer step. Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. But I think you're starting to get it. All right, let's hear a little bit of the last movement. We have 3 minutes before we're getting kicked out. accent it. It's actually, that's not entirely correct. It's so much easier when you give a pulse for yourself, right?
Yes.
Right? I'm doing pulsing. I'm sometimes I'm doing I'm just like throwing around pulses differently. So that's one way. Longer.
You don't do a harmonic.
I do a harmonic, and then I do that. Yeah, closer to the bridge. There you go. There you go. You need to take time to project the rhythm. You're not projecting the rhythm, people aren't going to feel like they can understand, right? If you, what does this mean? It's no. So. And just for clarity, you need to, if. You know, that's not this part is like furious, you know, it's very different from, for example, the end of the third movement. This is a different mood, so that's why it can be, play that. Where's your pulse? Okay. You probably think of it as an accent, but it's kind of an accent, but it's more like a pulse. And I don't get too soft. Ba, ba, ba. So it's about like being also like smart about which notes you come out. So like that right now without an orchestra, it sounds very like that. It sounds like I'm being, it might even sound aggressive on certain notes, right? But then actually you need to cut through on those things, and that will cut through is always the. I'm probably like holding back, right, all the time, like, but I'm actually just reiterating the rhythm. Yeah. Sorry for taking up. You too. Yes, I know.
Okay.
Thank you for being so patient. We're done. We're done. All
Thank
right.
you so
Thank you.
much. This
Yeah.
was so helpful.
Well, good luck for your performance. I'm sure you'll sound amazing.
Thank you.